much for joining us here today for a bit of a chat about how to bring business back into Azerbaijan. Now, what are some of the key points that you'd like to highlight? Where are we at with the economy at the moment?
First, I would like to express my deepest gratitude in your interest in Azerbaijan. That's really, it's really a pleasant factor that, and we can see that by participating in this stand, like in this exhibition, we saw a huge interest in investing in Azerbaijan. And I'm gonna tell you I'm not gonna bore you with statistics, but I'm gonna tell you some facts about Azerbaijan. Within the last 15 years, 300 billion was invested in Azerbaijan, out of which 50% was foreign investment.
Okay.
And Azerbaijan maybe is, but it was perceived as an oil-based economy. And now with the recent developments, you know that Azerbaijan started its diversification, and we went for to develop other sectors of economy, especially non-oil sector of the economy. And a numerous amount of reforms was conducted to make Azerbaijan more attractive for investors. And we have a plan to double our economy within next 10 years, based on non-oil sector activities. So in Azerbaijan, there are a set of possibilities for investors to come and benefit from them. For example, we have free economic zones. We have the first green port, which is Alat, a free economic zone, which is the first green port in Caspian Basin. We have technoparks. For example, there is a Sungai technopark. There are other technoparks. There are agro parks, and there are a set of certifications for investors which give them a certain tax benefits. So that's more or less the highlights of possibilities and of investment supporting mechanisms we have.
Now, Teymur, I just want to ask you, in 2008, the introduction of single window system was brought in place, which reduces red tape, cost and paperwork. How has that helped improve small to medium-sized businesses come into the country and help rebuild?
That's a very good question. Before, we are a post-Soviet country, and we had to set a certain game-changing instruments in place, and we saw that very effective instrument called Asan in Azerbaijan, which serves the nation, and we did that for the businesses, for SMEs. So basically, SME can enter the one-stop shop center operated by our agency, and they can benefit from all services, G2B and B2B services, because there are a set of banks and all representations of all governmental authorities which relate to business. And we know that we know the problems that SMEs face, the obstacles, which is access to market, access to finance. There is a certain, as I was saying on that pillar, the knowledge gap. So through instruments like this, and also the business development centers that we have, 23 business development centers all over Azerbaijan, we are actually creating an environment for SMEs to develop. So that's what we do.
Now, you mentioned that you plan to develop 20% of the land by bringing investors back into the country. How do you plan to do that?
Okay, so it's very important to mention that 30 years, these lands were occupied for 30 years, and the whole infrastructure was totally destroyed by occupants. So now we have liberated those lands, and these lands, they are so rich of natural resources, they are suitable for tourism, they are suitable for agriculture, they are suitable for mining. So basically, this is the first part. Another thing is we pay a lot of attention, especially in that region, to green solutions. So there is a lot of opportunities for green solutions. And another thing why this particular region might be of high interest for investors is because now we are building a corridor, a landline corridor between the mainland of Azerbaijan and our autonomous Nakhchivan Autonomous Republic.
Okay.
So that corridor would create a landline connection
Yeah.
through Azerbaijan, through Turkey to Europe.
Yeah.
And as I was saying earlier, Azerbaijan is on the crossroads between the west and east and north and south. So with this landline corridor, with this landline connection, I mean, this region, particularly this Karabakh region, will be of a very high importance for the region. Not only the Trans-Caucasus region, but I'm
Yeah.
talking about even the Asia and Europe as well.
Yeah. Now, Teymur, with this Iron Silk Road project, how is that also attracting investors?
That's very good to mention the Silk Road project. We have, yesterday I was on this AIM, within the AIM framework.
Yeah.
Yesterday there was a presentation by an Azerbaijani company called Azer Telecom. They have presented the digital crossroad, digital silkway.
Okay.
What they're doing is they're basically creating a broadband line and replicating the old Silk Road,
Yeah.
and which will go to Azerbaijan, which will create huge amount of opportunities for digital businesses. And Azerbaijan also, we are as I've said, we are neighboring Asian and European countries, and the trade that can be done through Azerbaijan,
Yeah.
it will replicate the role of Azerbaijan
Yeah.
in the Silk Road, the well-known Silk Road.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah. Now, Teymur, this is the start of a 3-day conference for AIM annual investment meeting, which is in its 12th edition, quite significant. What do you hope to achieve by actually being here, presenting yourself and speaking, obviously?
It's a very good opportunity, and we value it very much because it's not only about finding investors. I mean, those who are not considering investing today, by seeing, by observing the level of presentation by Azerbaijan, they see the opportunity and they see the possibility to do business there. For example, we're sitting now in a stand organized by our agency, which attracts a lot of attention of all the visitors.
Yeah.
So they get interest, and out of curiosity, they start to research Azerbaijan, and that's when they see a set of a big portfolio of opportunities. Another thing is, it's good that within the framework of AIM, certain issues are being discussed.
Yeah.
And yesterday I was on the workshop discussing digitalization, which is, I mean, it becomes a big topic. And another thing is that I'm so happy that a lot of importance is given to SMEs, because several years ago, nobody was talking about SMEs. Nobody saw SMEs
Yeah.
as a backbone of an economy.
Yeah.
But
And
today
what
people
sort
start
of
to
a part
realize
are they
that.
playing for Azerbaijan then?
Excuse
What
me?
sort of a part are they playing for Azerbaijan?
In Azerbaijan, there are 1,200,000 registered MSMEs.
Okay.
So we shouldn't left out the
Yes.
micro
Yeah.
businesses, because they are not so well represented in terms of eligible statistics worldwide. But micro businesses are also the ones we should focus on. So there are 1,200,000 registered ones, and they are represented in different sectors. And with the amount, what is very encouraging is that the amount of requests for assistance, and when we see the plans they provide to agency for support, and they ask for support, we get very motivated. We see that the business activity in Azerbaijan is growing day by day, and Azerbaijan has been independent for 30 years, for a little more than 30 years, and as you know, the generation is formed within 25 years.
Yes.
So with this generation, we can see how business-oriented they are,
Yeah.
and it is our job and it is our duty to help them and to make their plans possible.
What is it that you do so well by attracting them and then helping them?
We do both. We have huge focus on local, on Azerbaijan PR and marketing, and the idea of this PR and marketing is to deliver the message that SME development agency can and will help.
Yeah.
We mediate in terms of legal issues with, for example, government-related issues. We help them to settle issues. We explain them. We educate them on not only on business side but also on awareness on legal requirements.
Yeah.
Another thing is that our agency provides startup certification to innovative startups so that they can focus on building their business,
yeah.
not on dealing with tax and stuff, for example. Another thing is that we provide the service of research, market research. So, for example, if a startup has an idea and they come to us with that idea, we help them to shape their business plan by ordering research to a third party and giving them eligible data. So, the set of tools is so big, and another one worth to mention is that we have our representatives in all regions, and we call them SME friends. So these guys, it's their KPI to engage with SMEs, to ask their problems, to solve their problems, and to closely work with them.
Yeah. Amazing. Well, thank you, Teymur Yafarov, for explaining all of that.
Thank you so much. I'm so delighted to get acquainted with you.